The Mount Carmel. This is the pine trees here, and those trees, they survived during the First World War time. When the Turks, they were here and they prepared themselves against the British army that was in Egypt, they destroyed the majority of the natural wood in the country. Because they built a new railroad and they used the wood, for the steam train. But they didn't touch here the top of Mount Carmel, and they didn't touch the holy site of the Garden of Gethsemane, in Jerusalem, because they were afraid from the holiness of the place. So the majority of the trees here, this is part of the natural wood of Mount Carmel, the Green Mountain. We are on Mount Carmel, on the top of Mount Carmel. This is the place, it's called Muhraka, the place of the fire. This is the place where, according the Bible or according the tradition too, where Prophet Elijah, punished the liar people. They called themselves a prophet, but they were not a prophet. This is the time when the people of Israel, they left God, the God of Israel, and they start to worship the Baals. And Prophet Elijah wants to prove who is the real prophet. We're facing here to the famous valley, in Hebrew, Jezreel Valley, Emek Israel, but according the Bible and according the tradition, this is the valley of Armageddon. Armageddon located at the continue of the road. You see the road down there, the continuous of the road on my right hand side located Armageddon. And according the book of Revelation, this is the location where it's going to be the last war, the war between the son of dark and the son of light. And at the end of this war, the Messiah will come soon as possible that we believe. Say amen.
Amen.
Amen. Now, this valley at the front of us have many stories, and unfortunately all the stories about this valley, this is the stories of a battlefield. Deborah, the leaders of the 12 tribes of Israel, this is the place where she win, the Canaanites people. This is the place where she win the Canaanites people. This is the place where Gideon, another guide of the people of Israel, collect his volunteers, and he took them, to a spring, Harod spring, and he followed them the way how they drink the water. And according the way how they drink the water, he chose his people to fight again against the Canaanites. They were the worst enemies at this time. Another story that we have from the Old Testament. This is the story of King Saul, the first king of Israel, that he met his death not so far away from here on the foot of Mount Gilboa when he fought against the Philistines, and then they killed him and his son Jonathan. And they cut off the heads of the king and the prince, and they planted on the outside walls of Beth Shean, this biblical town located at the end, the eastern side of this pretty valley, the Jezreel Valley. Also, what we have here at the continue, down below Nazareth, the place of the Annunciation, we have Mount Tabor. Mount Tabor, according to the tradition, this is the place of the Mount of the Transfiguration, when Jesus climbing up with the 3 kids with him, and he met Elijah and Abraham the patriarch on the top. We shall see it on the continue of the tour. Okay?
Amen.